Thank you all so very much for stopping by the channel. Today I wanted to go over and predict the 2026 Florida Gators and their gridiron campaign for the 2026 football subdivision 1A, the top division in college football. You know that. So anyway, Florida Gators head coach John Sumrall, no relation to Pat Summerall. If you remember correctly, Pat Summerall was a coach or a player slash announcer for CBS slash Fox slash whatever it was back in the day. Anyway, yeah, it's spelled different anyway. So John Sumrall is the head coach of the Florida Gators. And, well, I don't, think he's related to Pat Summerall because I think Pat Summerall is spelled with E. But anyway, yes, 2026 Florida Gators. I'll get to the point here. They open up with Florida Atlantic. And like I say, I think they're going to win that game. Then they play Campbell. I think that's going to be a game that might be close at first, but I think like the first quarter will be like 14-0, but then they'll be scoreless maybe first quarter, but then they'll open it up and put up 40, 50, 60 points on Campbell. Tough opponent right off the bat, Florida Atlantic anyway. Nothing against Campbell. I'm sure they're good. They have great athletes, but they're probably not going to be able to beat Florida. Florida then plays at Auburn. And, they'll probably end up Auburn has their own new head coach. I'm going to go with a loss in this one. It's going to be tough at Auburn, and, I don't know. We'll see. Then they play Ole Miss home against Ole Miss. I think that's going to be a loss. Historically, they had a lot of high-scoring games with them. I don't see no difference. Offense has such an advantage anyway nowadays in today's college football. Loss 2-2 at Missouri. I'm going to go with the win. They come in. They historically haven't been really good against Missouri. They've beaten them, of course, before, but I think they will beat them this time. They'll go 3-2. Home against South Carolina. I'm going to say a win in that one. South Carolina had such a disappointment last year. But that was last season. So at this point, they're 4-2. At Texas, I can't say they're going to beat Texas. 4-3. Georgia 4-4. Oklahoma 4-5. They haven't beaten Kentucky for a while. 4-6. Beat Vanderbilt and beat Florida State at the end of the year. The last two games at the end of the season, and they win and they go 6-6 and they go to a bowl game. And they win the game against they'll go 7-6 and win a bowl game. 6-6 is okay. Like I say, this is all free and it's a prediction. I'm not a sports expert. I'm not an expert in. I love watching football. I consider myself more of an expert in football, gridiron that is. I think they'll be fine this year. They could go 8-4. They could go 7-5. I really wouldn't be surprised either way. I think it'll be a good season for Florida. Look, it's the first year. I don't know. It's just a prediction. Thank you very much for stopping by the channel.